WWE 2K24 roster debuts. We're going to be talking about that and so much more. But if you want to win a free copy of this game, then be in with a chance. Get involved with our subscriber giveaway. All you have to do, subscribe to the channel. It's that easy. But as I've said, we're going to be taking a look at superstars that could be making their WWE 2K24 roster debut. Let us know which superstar you would love to see make their debut, and we're going to take a look at over 40 who could be debuting or returning to the game after a long absence. All of the superstars on your screen will be spoken about, as well as bigger names that have returned to the company, and we can think of no one bigger than the first superstar up in this video. It's CM Punk making a return to WWE late last year and almost going all the way in the Royal Rumble. WWE are obviously very high on CM Punk, who's unfortunately been injured. Will he be in this game? Of course he will. We've also got Jade Cargill, who joined sort of in the autumn of last year, performed in the WWE Performance Center for a long time. Has she done enough to get scanned and make it into the game? I think so, but as DLC. Then we're going to look at Andrade, who arrived in the Royal Rumble. Not quite a shock return. There were murmurings he would return. I think he will also be a DLC superstar. They'll get him scanned, I'm sure. Chelsea Green hasn't really been in a WWE 2K game before. She's been modded by the likes of What's the Status. But I think this is the year where we will get Chelsea Green in the base game. We're going to move on to Ava Raine, the daughter of The Rock. Ava is now the GM on NXT, and I fully believe she will be in this year's game, because I think we're going to get so many more NXT talents, and we're going to continue with Blair Davenport. The goth-like Blair is killing it on NXT, and she's been there for a few years now, so I assume she will be put in this year's game. Remember, if there's people I miss or anyone you want in the game, let us know. Boa has previously been in a WWE 2K game, but I don't believe he was in last year's, and of course he's got a brand new gimmick, so not so much a debut, but a re-return for Boa. And we've got Bronco Nima, who's never been in a WWE 2K game. This powerhouse has surely, if they're going to add all these NXT talents, got to be one of the superstars that will be waltzing into WWE 2K24. Imagine him going up against some powerhouses. Damon Kemp, another superstar who is big in NXT. Surely Damon will be making his debut in the game. Imagine utilizing him in universe mode, going up against the likes of Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes. The world's your oyster. Then we've got the almost supernova Dante Chen. He is chiseled, that jawline. Surely the WWE 2K devs will want to get Chen in this year's edition of the game. We got Gable Stevenson, another powerhouse that WWE 2K devs cannot underutilize and miss out on this year. A supremely popular superstar amongst the WWE universe. So stick him in there. We've got Fallon Henley. She's been with WWE for a while now. She's another superstar with a massive following, a huge crowd favorite. So I'm sure we'll be getting Fallon in this year's game. We can't afford not to. Elektra Lopez, who's just made her main roster debut on SmackDown. Elektra, again, another superstar that's been in WWE for a long time now. I believe she would have been scanned, and I believe she will be in the base game this year. Then we've got Hank Walker. Just look at that beard. I want to be running around as Hank Walker, potentially backstage like Kofi and Seth Rollins. I want to be utilizing him to throw my opponent into the back of an ambulance. Then we've got Jakara Jackson. We've got so many dominant women in this year's edition of the game and in WWE as a whole, and Jakara Jackson could be the next to follow in the footsteps of all these powerhouse women. Then we've got Joe Kofi. We'll be talking about his brother a little bit later as well, as the Kofi brothers are one of the most popular tag teams on NXT. So Joe Kofi will be in this year's edition of the game. Josh Briggs, another popular superstar. I cannot wait to potentially get my hands on him as well. Not in a weird way, folks. Hashtag whoops. But yeah, Josh Briggs, what an awesome superstar. Carmen Petrovic, one of the newcomers to NXT. Carmen is an athletic superstar, and I hope she is in this year's edition of the game. It'd be a shame if she wasn't. Kiana James, a little bit like Elektra Lopez, has been rocking around NXT for a while now. So if they're adding all these NXT superstars, I think Kiana will have made it into this year's edition of the game. Same with Lash Legend, and we were talking about powerful women within WWE. There's no one more powerful than Lash Legend. I would love to put her in so many rivalries. Imagine Bianca Belair, Lash Legend, and Jade Cargill. One of my favorites, Lola Vice. I think she is awesome. One of my favorite superstars in WWE at this moment in time. And she's pretty easy on the eye. So, yeah, I'm a bit biased. Lyra Valkyria. She is the Women's NXT Champion. You can't have your NXT Champion not being in this year's edition of the game. So, Lyra is surely a dead cert to be in this year's edition of the game. Then we've got the peculiar and the weird and the zany Lucian Price. Hasn't been in NXT an awful long period of time. But I do hope that he's in the game. He's a bit wacky. We spoke about Joe Kofi. We got his brother, Mark Kofi, as well. And both of these surely will be in the game. I'm anticipating potentially that those two may be DLCs like they did with some of the other tag teams last year. We got Maxine Dupree. She's been on the main roster for a long time. She's come a long way from being LA Knight's sister. But yeah, I think Maxine Dupree with Alpha Academy will be in this year's edition. Meiko Satomura, again, been rocking around NXT for a sustained period of time now. We love our Oriental superstars, and the WWE obviously love it as well. It's good capitalization, making a bit of money as well. Nathan Fraser. I'm not massively high on Nathan Fraser, but I think he does deserve a spot in this year's edition of the game to add the depth, to fill out the NXT roster, because we haven't had humongous NXT rosters in previous games. Oba Femi, a relatively newcomer to WWE, but he is the North American champion. The WWE are obviously very high on him, giving him that title very early on in his career. So could he be in this year's game? Then we've got Scripps, formerly known as Reggie, I think it was almost like a PA to Nia Jax, but he now does have his own gimmick. Yep, cannon fodder for you to utilize in your Universe series. Then we got Sol Ruka, a powerful but very athletic superstar. Running around as Sol Ruka in the game would be brilliant, especially for all you Sol Ruka fans. I'm sure she would definitely make it into this game as well. Tatum Paxley, a formidable NXT female superstar. Again, I'm fully expecting her to be in this year's edition of the game. Tatum is one of those that is very popular amongst the NXT fan base as well. We got Valentina Feroz. I don't know too much about Valentina. Not seen her on TV too much, but again, likewise, I think she'll be a dead cert to be in this year's edition of the game. And the next one is the most popular that I see in the comments section. It's Zion Quinn. You guys love him. And he's pretty awesome. I love his physique. I love his tattoos. And he'll be a fantastic model to be running around with in this year's edition of the game. And if you want to get a free copy of the game, then subscribe to the channel and our subscriber giveaway. All you have to do is press the big red subscribe button, and you could be winning a free version of the game. It's just what we do here at WrestleMania. Make sure you fill up the comment section down below who you want to be in this year's edition of the game, who your #1 pick is. And of course, I'll see you all soon for the next video.